guys, thanks so much for taking your time to talk with me today. Season 9 starts off as hilarious as ever. How hard is it for you all not to break during scenes?
Very hard.
Uh,
Very
it's
It's
hard.
so hard
impossible.
that it happens all the time, which is I think most of the reason why we have to go again. Not because someone forgot a line or missed a mark. It's because someone has laughed audibly, and it's not just the actors. I think the crew as well. That's the big challenge on Letterkenny is keeping straight faces, for sure.
Definitely. It's impossible.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. It's fun to try to break these guys, but I'm breaking up just as much as anyone else. It's a fun place to work.
You guys have great comedic timing. Do you guys feel like it's just a natural ability you have, or have you each had some sort of training for comedic skills?
I just learned today that it's a comedy, so um I didn't know. So I thought I was doing some dramatic work, and I guess I just accidentally hit on it. Gentlemen, I don't.
So apparently people have been laughing at him the entire time, which is
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
no
quite
clue.
an epiphany to witness, to be honest with you. Um, you know, I mean, everyone on the show is really funny offset, and I think a lot of the humor comes from real interactions that the cast has, offset and in between takes, and Jared being, the writer creator extraordinaire that he is, he takes elements of real life that we found funny and extrapolates on it and makes it so much bigger and more so it makes our jobs quite easy. But then, credit where credit's due. I think, I know Hersey and I have worked along, lots and lots of hours go into preparing the scenes to find the funniest part of it, and we get the fantastic opportunity to work with a fantastic stand-up comedian who understands comedy through and through. And I think we're really set up for success. We're put in a position where it's quite easy for us to be funny so long as we, know the lines and we get to work.
Oh, can't hear
I
you.
think you're muted there. There
There
you
you
go.
go. Yeah. Scorched was one of my favorite episodes this season. For each of you guys, which stand out for your particular favorites?
Sorry, could you? I didn't catch the beginning of that.
Sure. Scorched was my favorite
Oh,
episode this
sure.
season. For each of you, which was yours?
I really love the ones I was in. Um, those are probably my favorites. But I like the sleepover a lot. I wasn't in that.
There you go. I really loved the mitzvah. I just thought it was so fantastic getting to work with Dan Hero. He's a beauty, and I think something that Hersey's made us aware of is just how funny it is when Riley and Jonesy are learning things, and I might have stepped on his favorite episode. I don't know. I don't want to speak
Uh,
for my better
no,
half here, but I
no,
really
no,
love the
no, no.
mitzvah.
I also really like the mitzvah. Not just because our scene's really fun. Dan Hirosh is such a funny guy, and he wrote that episode, and that I really enjoy when Riley and Jonesy learn things. I also really liked. I love watching the skids. They're kind of my guilty pleasure as well. And like when Tyler's just sitting on his throne and Evan's massaging his hands, and he's like, "Did you know there's a shortage of DJs in Ibiza?" It's just like I just lost it. So like I think I really enjoy the skids whenever they're on the screen, and they're little scene stealers, but I enjoy the hell out of it. And yeah, that was my favorite episode.
You guys have such a connection between the entire cast. Do you guys spend much time together offset as you do on?
Uh,
Yes.
the funny answer would be no, we hate each other. But the truth of it is, they're some of my best friends in the world are the cast of Letterkenny. I mean, I think it was such a great barometer in season one, seeing how well we got along and how much time after work was spent with the cast and the crew, genuinely bonding and making fun memories. And it's constant laughter, and it's very easy to be around those guys. And then on top of that, to have those skills highlighted in the medium of a TV show that allows us to go to work together. Yeah, it's a very real camaraderie that you see on screen that exists off the set as well.
Season 9 is quite an accomplishment for a series. What do you think it is about Letterkenny that continues to make it such a fan favorite series?
I think it's people really like Dylan was saying, we spend whenever we're not hanging, like we just really enjoy each other's company. Jared and Jacob are amazing writers, and Jacob is an amazing director. And I think they keep certain themes the same. They're really anti-bully, really inclusive, and almost has like a family aspect to the show. And I think we just like going to work, and it's like a really positive energy on set. Everyone feels like they're a part of the crew, and we just like having a laugh and trying to put our best work out there, because we know that if we don't, everyone else is. So it's I think it's a good formula,
and we want to keep doing it. So we want
to
being the best version of ourselves, so that who lets us keep making episodes.
There have been some great guest stars each season. Do you each have a dream guest star you'd love to see maybe appear in season 10? Should there be?
Mark, let's say we've been chatting the whole time.
I don't know. I'd like to meet Zach Galifianakis, but I'd like to meet him. So that's just selfish. He could just come hang out for the day. He doesn't even have to do the show. Just come hang out. We'll have some lunch and some pasta. That would be great.
Nice.
I think Bill Burr for me. If Bill Burr somehow could get on the show, I don't know what he would do on it or anything. But selfish again. Exactly what Mark said. I just want to hang out with him.
I've opened for Bill, and you would love it. You would love it.
Yeah.
He's exactly who you think is going to show up.
Yeah, exactly.
It's hysterical.
And Dylan?
Yeah, I don't want to sound like I'm blowing smoke, but I mean I've already kind of gotten to work with Jay Baruchel and Jonathan Torrens and Mark, and I'm gonna kiss your butt a little bit here, but this guy down here he's hilarious. So I mean the guest stars we've had, as you mentioned, are always stellar and hilarious. So I find just sort of seeing who Jared puts on the docket is it's kind of like those bags of candy at the dollar store that you don't know what's inside, but it's going to be awesome.
Well, Dylan, I got to actually talk to you about Odd Man Rush. Is there any way you could get some of your favorite hockey players to make a cameo at some point?
I'm sure. Hey, I'm sure there's a lot of hockey players that will be on board with it, but I think part of the comedy of Riley and Jonesy is making fun of just how awkward some of those guys can be on screen. So I know. I think PK Subban has a ton of energy and really great charisma. I think he'd be a fantastic actor. I always thought Paul B. Snap might be fun to interact with. As hockey grows and evolves, there are more characters that are becoming prevalent in the game. I think hockey for a long time was very respectable, and you don't show a lot of personality or flair. But in the last couple of years, there have been a couple of guys who have come out and really started to shift that identity. So I think as that shift happens and players become more comfortable with being outspoken and a little honestly funnier, in the public, I think those opportunities might present themselves more so.
What have you guys personally taken away from your time working on this series?
Money.
This jersey.
Job stability.
Yeah. Money. No, it's I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot from this show. I've learned a lot. But I've been on bad casts, and this cast it's so fun that you don't want it to stop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's to second that, like, it really is a dream come true. It's a cliche for a reason, though, because cliches hold some truth in them. But going to work I pinch myself all the time, thinking that this is what we get paid to do, is to play and have fun with our friends. And on top of it, we make not just a show that's going, but like a successful show that's been called a smash hit, that's been called cutting edge. And that kind of checks off all the boxes of I get asked all the time, like, oh, what's your dream role? I'm sure a lot of actors do. And the honest answer is I'm currently playing it. Like, I'm currently in my dream role. I work with my best friends. I get to be super silly and goofy. I haven't had to like break down and cry and go through an emotional turmoil in front of a camera in a couple of years. And that's because, I just enjoy doing Letterkenny. I love playing Rally, and I want to do it as long as they let us.
Everything
Well,
that
thank
they-
you.
Yeah. Sorry, I was already cut you off.
No, it's okay. Did you have a
No,
something you wanted to say?
no, everything they said, I agree with.
Well, those were all my questions, guys. So thank you so much for fitting me in today. Have a beautiful rest of the day and a better 2021.
You too.
You too.
Here.
Happy New Year.
Thank you so much, Jamie.
Enjoy
Happy New
all that
Year.
money, Mark.
Okay.
Oh, that's funny.